Last week, I posted a cheeky little video about how our player character is hot. One of you wanted to deep dive into how that came about, so here we are. This is a slightly longer video, and a tale of managing expectations and doing your best in trying times. In our last game, The Pale Beyond, you played as Robin Shaw, but you never saw them or knew what they looked like. This had a really cool effect, where the community made up and drew fan art of their own versions of their Shaw. Shaw's Owners! I didn't want to lose this in the Hearth and Harbour, but this game has a city, and we want players to be able to explore. This meant a character controller, and that meant character design. I started by looking at customization, trying to figure out what would be interesting for representation, but also for world building, so players could feel like they were role-playing in the setting that we made. The player ran a restaurant and had to be hand animation friendly, but everything else was flexible. Foreshadowing is a literary device. Then chaos struck development. People were off sick, we had to move offices suddenly, there were lots of setbacks that made us realize that some of our game design choices were aspirational. We pulled back on customization, instead focusing on a specific character that players could inhabit. This changed the game design. Kit could have more of their own story, but they still had to be someone that players could relate to and see themselves making decisions through. More writing was done and we had a brief. Kit was warm and charming, and they were also handsome. This is difficult to design without being boring. I looked at artists and actors from the 1910s period the game is set in. I looked at chefs. I was looking for interesting things to combine, for rules to break. Then I found Peter Falk, the actor who played Columbo. There was something about him. He was warm, but also mischievous. Mischief was an edge that I could use to offset and enhance Kit's charm. RPG players can be a little cheeky too, so I felt safe to reflect this in the character. I teased it out in body language and poses, and bounced between masculine and feminine versions to try and find what I was looking for. The final design for Kit is made out of hearts, both soft and sharp shapes. They have plenty of curves to tie this all together. Approachable, but not too approachable. They're all warm colours and a little scruffy, overworked, but full of charm and whimsy. So far, we've only had time to make the masculine version, but I'm still holding out for a post-launch girl update, if the game does well. What do you think? Did we do a good job? What would your Kitsona look like? Are they hot?